And we're live. Welcome back to another Thursday night jam with RCJesus and SASquatch after a 2-week hiatus due to being across the country this way and that way to events and everywhere here and there. So far, it's windy and rainy outside, but I should be good for power and internet. Nothing crazy here in Florida. Let's see what I'm getting sent here. Chris sending me something here. Oh, yeah. I saw the same thing a couple days ago and thought the same shit. Uh, yeah, so I got back from RCEC Top Truck Challenge, which was if you've been following the page, you know it was a scale version of the old four-wheeler Top Truck Challenge they did for 25, 30 years up in Vermont a week and a half ago. Then last week, both Chris and I were in California in Apple Valley in the desert for Proline by the Fire 2024. Both events were amazing. Both drastically different from one another, but awesome events. Great builds at both. One was giant, one was small. One is comp and focused. One is go have fun and build cool shit. See people, cool people at both. I believe it. We'll go over RCEC first, so Chris and I can both share stories about Proline. That was put on by Trevor Rushford, and he does all kinds of badass events. And he's really thorough and thinks stuff through and does a great job. He was on 3 weeks ago when we last did the show. He did a wonderful job. The courses were fucking spot on. I couldn't complain about anything. He even got the little narrowing, if you're familiar with four-wheeler TTC, where it goes through that kind of canyon and narrows and everyone gets bound up. He even managed to replicate that pretty well, which I didn't think he was going to pull off, and they did a really good job. It was a bitch of a part to get through, just like the real one. Everything was great. We did, what was it, hill climb first. What's up, Dylan? Go on, buddy. Go slip assist. Hill climb first. What was next? Mud bog was on the first day as well. What was the other one we did? Obstacle course, Rubicon, and tank trap were last day. Why can I not think of it? Yeah, brain fart. I can't think of what the third event on day one was that Blake did. All of them tons of fun. I screwed up in the mud pit. I was kind of like, I can just plow through this at a reasonable rate of speed straight through and probably podium, right? Without even trying. And then about 4 feet in, I'm like, no one wants to see this bullshit. So I just fucking hammered on it. 4S with a 3500 Polar Pro. And I had the four-wheel steer on. So it just took off, lunged into a wall, hit it. I got it straightened back up and had it corrected. But as I was going over what I thought was a jump, turns out Trevor just meant for it to be an obstacle to climb. And I'm like, looks like a jump to me. I'm sending it off this jump, and I hit the rear steer, and it pitched me the other way because I wasn't thinking about it because I'm not used to it, into the other wall, and I bounced and flipped over and couldn't get it righted. But it made for a good show. Hill climb I did pretty well on, nice, real clean. I think I only had to back up once, and I was a little slow at the top where it was real steep and started to dig, but then I backed up and just hammered it over it. Managed to downhill, but I played it slow and steady wins the race, and I did not win the race. I got 8th place, but it was a nice clean run. That was the first I'd driven Relentless. Blake and I had finished it that Friday morning, like 10 minutes before the event started. And then we used that 10 minutes to kind of tune the radio and shit, and off we went. So when I was on the hill climb, neither one of us had driven it yet, right? Aside from a couple circles, like 20 feet. But Relentless did great, aside from the endless axle breakage, which we suspected would happen, but not to the level it did. It was about 2 to 3 times more axle breakage than I expected. Second day, Blake did I did tank trap, Blake did Rubicon. The other one he did. Damn it, what do they call it? Well, there was the obstacle course I did. I broke 4 shafts in that one. We changed 3. Blake was able to start changing them on the fly on the course in 30 seconds. It was crazy. God, what was the other one with the logs? Why can't I think of it? Anyway.
Log jam?
Huh? No, not
Log
log jam. They call it. I'm just having a brain fart. It's been a long day, long couple weeks, really. What's up, Stacy? And so all wonderful, great time. We did it at Trevor's mom and stepdad's place. His stepdad has backhoes and loaders and all kinds of stuff to do the work with. So it was done really well. The rocks were great. Everything he set up was great. There was a nice little camping area. I stayed in a hotel about 5 minutes away. Um, Beautiful. Next time I plan to go next year. I will probably rent a camper from RV Share and have it dropped off and stay on site. It was convenient. There was a weeds legal in Vermont. So there's a weed store like 3 minutes from the event. That's always a bonus for me. But lots of fun. Everyone was really chill. There's probably, if you include family and friends that were hanging out and watching, 25, 30 of us out there at most. So real small. It was nice to get back to a real small, cool event like that. Because the big events are lots of fun, but they're so big, everyone kind of, you click up with everyone, you know, and bounce around. You meet people and stuff. But when you're at something that's 20 or 30 people, you're all sitting around the fire. You get to talk to and know everybody, right? And again, everyone up there in the Northeast that was there was great. Um, Blake did a great job on the truck. He drove his bagged bourbon up, 78 bourbon with a 454. Made that trip there and back, no problem with that beast. So that was great. If you get a chance, I posted up the rules that he just posted. You've got you've got more in a year because it'll be in October next year to get a build going. A replica build goes a long ways. It doesn't have to be a replica build by any means, but a replica build goes a long ways. And honestly, everyone there appreciates seeing a replica build more so than anything else, just because then it's even more scale and cool, right? And brings back the nostalgia of when we'd flip through those magazines 40 times in a month reading those articles. And I guess that's the basics. Most of it I reported on Facebook. I've still got videos and pictures I'm going to make reels and videos and posts from, but it's been so hectic. It's kind of been pro line for the time being. Now I'll mix it up for a few weeks because I've got that much from each. And then I was back home for 2 days and poof, off to California. Chris drove down. Well, you can give him your whole story.
Yeah, I towed my trailer down from Oregon. So I left Wednesday morning at 6 and got there Wednesday night at midnight. So like 17, 18-hour drive, something like that. I don't even remember. Yeah, I got there at midnight. There was already
on the way down, right?
Yeah, I did it all in one shot on the way down. Yeah. Well, it's because the hard part's the night part, and on the way down, the last 6 hours in the dark is just flat desert straight driving, so it's not that bad. So I wasn't too worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got there at midnight. There was already the guys in the very front of the line that go in the next day were from Washington. And they had left like Sunday. Yeah, they left like Sunday, so they already been driving for days.
Yeah.
And there was already a line halfway around that dirt lot when I got there midnight on Wednesday.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's a big it's not really part of the event, it's overflow, but there's a huge dirt parking lot before you actually get into Horseman's Ranch, and they actually corkscrewed everyone around that was waiting as a line.
Yeah, by Thursday, I just popped my trailer, jumped in, went to bed. I got up at 9. I had to go get water. There was a RV park nearby, and I didn't want to haul water if I didn't have to keep the trailer light. So I drove over and filled up with water and got back, and we went. It was a big dirt lot.
It's big.
One loop all the way around, then they had a second loop all the way around, and they were working on a third loop by the time they let us in on Thursday at 1:00. So there was a ton of people lined up by Thursday at 1 to head in. And Charlie from Hobby saved me a spot, so I got in there, parked, got set up, bell after 1, but Josh got there around 4 or 5, I think.
That sounds right.
5, and you got there after 9. You said you landed at 6. So
yeah, he got there an hour or two before I landed because, of course, as soon as I hit the ground, my phone went off like it is now with messages. And okay, I'm here. It's funny because I'm reading, where are you? Oh, go here and buy the porta potties. I was just gonna see it all in my head. I was reading the messages, living vicariously, watching him, trying to figure out where the hell he was going. Because John had never been there. This was a very popping year for Proline.
Yeah.
Hey there. What's up, Josh?
Hey, it's me, Josh. What's up, buddy?
So yeah, go ahead, keep going, because you guys just got set up and chilled, right?
Yeah, I got set up. It sucked being out in the parking lot though, because like it was hot. I hadn't eaten since like 2 o'clock on Wednesday, and I couldn't really set up my trailer to like cook anything or set up the AC.
Yeah.
So we're just like baking out in the sun till 1 because they wouldn't let us in. Finally, I ended up fucking cooking a burger on the stove in my trailer, but it was hotter than sin in there after that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as soon as I got set up, generator AC, it was like first thing I did. That poor fucking generator's a trooper guy. We didn't stop that thing the whole time. That
No, it
generator
ran pretty much nonstop.
from Thursday at like 1:30, it did not stop till Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I had exactly the right amount of gas.
Yeah, it was what, 10, 15 gallons we used? It wasn't that bad, I don't think.
10 gallons, yeah, 5 gallon
not
jugs.
bad at all for 3 days.
Yeah, nonstop, run the AC all night running it, and it was going. So yeah, I got it all set up. You got there, Josh got there, and I got set up.
I got there at 9:30.
Yeah.
Immediately got a drink out and hit a dab and hit going because it's pro line.
Started camp hopping.
Yep. Started carousing around, seeing who was there and where everybody was and all that. Pro line is it's hard to describe. Josh will probably agree. It was perfect. Yeah. There's not really another event like it. The majority of people stay on site, either in campers or primitive tent camping. And there's people that stay in hotels or Airbnbs. Operation 11 Charlie had an Airbnb. Some of the Reefs guys had hotels, things like that. But I'd say 80-90% of people are there on site the whole time.
Yeah.
And like you wake up 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning, get out. There's shit going on immediately. By 10 a.m., people are walking around with beers and forming circles and hanging out. A good time. It's real relaxed. Like it's gotten a lot more family oriented than it was years ago. But everyone's still respectful and knows how to do things publicly, but kind of covertly and things and behave. There's a little bit of trouble. Josh has a story. Him and who was it? I can't remember who he was with.
He's in Skill City with someone.
Yeah, it might have been Will Lockwood. It was somebody. He was there, and there was like a fight kind of starting to break out. They had to break up, and shit. The cops got called, and it's like, come on,
short dude in F-350, I guess, or something.
Yeah. Let's be adults here. Go, Mark.
Josh, I forgot about that.
I don't know if you can hear. He forgot about that. I don't know if you can hear Dylan, but he's true Florida man dog. Instead of shooting the hurricane, he's at the window barking at it. It's the best he can do. He has no thumbs, right? And index finger to pull trigger. I know you're not used to these storms. You're all right. And so that was about as crazy. Dylan, go lay down with Sissy. Now, go. Good boy. But other than that, it was super chill.
Oh, yeah. Super chill.
You can, if you want to go to bed at 9 or 10 a.m. and be up at 6 and be super productive and all that, you can. It's not crazy loud. Fortunately, most people bring generators like yours, the quiet ones nowadays that just kind of purr off to the side, not the old farm ones are all day long. And if you want, as we did, you can stay up till 4, 5, 6 in the morning having a good time and then sleep 2 to 4 hours and have the next day to go, which is why I slept almost all day Monday. I went to bed. I got home Monday or Sunday night, went to bed. I think I finally got to sleep about 1:30 and I slept till like 6 on Monday. I needed it. I was exhausted. Anyone that follows the page on Sunday, Chris left at like 10 o'clock or something. And so did Josh to get on their way. Like, I don't want to go sit in the airport. I'll pass out in the Sky Club and miss my flight. So I'm like, fuck it. There's a hotel for $120. I don't really want to spend that for 2 hours, but I really want like a real shower. Like Chris saved it because we had a bathroom and a shower, but camper shower is a little different, right? You get wet, turn it off, scrub off, rinse off, you're out. It's real quick, but way better than a shower, but not the same as being at home or in a hotel. So, like, I need a good long hot shower to relax. And I was sitting there and I'm like, fuck it. I need to get home and pick the dog up Monday and all that. But we launched your minis. That was
hell yeah, we launched them both. I think I still haven't taken apart the original one to see what let go, but I'm pretty sure the clutch bell bearings are what let go on it.
Yeah, that was like the fail on any nitro or
It
gas.
sounds like that's in the way it's acting. I think that's what it was. But I mean, we got 3 or 4 launches out of it before it said no more.
No, I think you got more like half a dozen to a dozen out of it.
Yeah, I got
Because
quite a few.
then he bought a new one. Well, not a new one, an almost
Yeah,
new one that was
yeah,
used, new to him.
yeah,
And so he had two. So we were both sending it in tandem and following each other and all that. And the new one,
yeah.
geez, that probably got launched 25, 30 times at
Oh
least.
yeah, we
Two
sent
of
that thing
us.
quite a few times, and it was. I was getting farther and
They were
farther
like
back.
champ. Yeah,
Yeah,
just ham full throttle.
yeah.
There
And
was
then prior to
on
that,
and off. That's all we used.
then prior to that, I went out earlier that day and I had my Creighton out there, and there was another guy with a fifth scale Creighton. We were launching the Creightons
Yep.
next to each other. That was fun. We are doing like tandem backflips. He'd go and I go right behind him. He'd hit, and we'd both do these big drawn out backflips with him in the midair. He's got video of it. He was supposed to tag me, and I haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping to see that video. That should
TJ
be
got
pretty cool.
a lot of good video of a lot of those guys in the 8th and 10th scales doing crazy shit. Or
Yeah,
8th,
this
5th.
yeah, this is 2 fifth scale Creightons. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I want to see that footage because it was just the dude. I just saw it and he was videoing it and he was supposed to tag me in it. We'll see. But that was
Balls,
fun.
what's up, Juice Box?
Yeah.
Balls smell after Pro Line for sure.
Everybody was tripping out on the ATCs. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Three-wheelers.
Unfortunately, Chris's was in his SUV,
Yeah.
apparently right in the sun. So
Right
all
in the
the
passenger
fenders
seat.
melted down like this, and like the rear swing arm got all tweaked.
Oh yeah, he
We
got
weren't
all
able to
warped up
drive
into
his, but we ran. He drove it earlier, and then once we got mine going, we went to Charlie at Hobby Wing
yeah.
and got a Fusion Pro 2-in-1. Threw it in, and it
Yeah.
worked great.
That was perfect for
It's
it.
interesting to drive those 350Xs, those three-wheelers.
They were really
They,
interesting.
they're not too bad. We gotta fix this anti-squat on the rear suspension a little, and then I think still do a shifting weight kind of deal. And then I think they would rip like a fucking champion.
Yeah.
And I learned because it's like they call it moon dust, right? It's a real hard pack with a bunch of not tiny but little pebbly grains of sand everywhere. And so I figured out if you hammer on it and keep going,
Yeah.
it'll whip great donuts. But
Oh
as
yeah, I
soon as you
love
let
whipping
off the
donuts.
throttle, if you're not straight, it catches traction. I
Yeah.
managed to roll it like 6, 7 times before I finally
Yeah.
put one of the handlebar sides off. So that was good. It held up. Other than that, it was fine, besides the
Yeah.
handlebar. The little lights in the front were great. They looked like little eyeballs.
Yeah.
You drove your Borderlands buggy around. I missed
Oh
that,
yeah.
but I saw a little video of it today on James Knight's post I shared.
Yeah. James posted some stuff, and then Matt from Scale Builders Guild, he had some video of it too and posted it.
Okay, I didn't see his.
Yeah, he
And
posted some stuff. And
let's
yeah.
see, what vendors were there? There was some I don't know, so I'm not necessarily going to remember them.
There's a few. You had Reefs,
Hobby
Pitbull,
Wing, Reefs, Vanquish,
Castle,
NSDRC,
NSDRC.
Knights Customs, Horizon, of course,
Yeah.
Operation 11 Charlie, Shifts
Fury Tech.
RCs, Rock Pirates,
Yeah.
and
Fury Tech was there. They do
Fury
like
Tech was there.
stuff.
Like RC Direct or some company. I didn't get to talk to them. I wasn't really
Yeah.
familiar with what they did, but they were there.
Joe Ropes was
And
there.
Joe Ropes had a booth there. Yep. Joe
Uh,
wasn't there, but he had some people that were on the booth for him.
the second day MIP was there, Saturday.
Yep, MIP was there at the one end. So there was probably about 20 vendors altogether.
Yeah, that was a
And
decent
maybe
amount of
half
vendors.
of them had parts and
Element
stuff.
Element was there.
Element was there. Yep, right next to between Night and Horizon.
Yeah.
The vendor area, it's a lot further of a walk. Like I'm not walking anymore. I did at least 25, probably 30 plus miles of walking around. And the next year, it's either I drive and have the mining truck to ride in, or I find a golf cart rental place in Methville, Hesperia, or something, and rent one. I can't talk right now, and that because yeah, it's excessive. And a golf
Josh
cart,
had a booth too. Sorry, we forgot Josh had a
yeah,
booth.
so yeah. And
RC Every Day had a booth.
Had a spot at the end of
It was
our
a little ways away from the vendor area. It was kind of an annex.
Second day was better though when we got them right on the road because next door at camper there's a road that loops around.
Yeah,
Constantly
by the shitters.
So by the
We were
shitters.
by the shitters.
We were about
Well,
as shitters this
Friday
year.
was a bitch. So we forgot to mention Friday we had like a fucking windstorm come through that decimated a ton of tents and tarps. So
Yeah,
like,
a bunch of canopies and things
yeah. So that
blew away and
I mean, I
you
don't think
lost your
any
funnel.
vendors did much Friday. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You lost your gas funnel. It's in the mountains somewhere now.
yeah. The funnel. I don't know where that went. Look at this.
Josh and I were gonna do that crazy peak shot I
Yeah.
posted, but when we decided that, it was Thursday at like 3 or 4 in the morning and we were hammered. And it seemed like a great idea at the time. And all weekend long, I'm looking at it, and it's kind of a deal where there's a smaller mountain with a ridge that goes down like this, and then there's this peak behind it that goes way up. And it gives you an optical illusion where that peak behind it is way past the ridge we actually crawl on. And I kept looking at it all weekend, and as I'm losing energy and ambition, going, that's a long fucking hike. Turns out, apparently, it's about at least 4 hours round trip to do that hike to the peak without an RC. So with an RC, you're talking probably at least 6, 8 hours. Dylan, it's okay enough.
Get that storm, Dylan. Get it.
And so it's Saturday. I think, yeah, Saturday, because we're gonna do it Saturday. Saturday afternoon, I walk over to him. I think it was like 3 o'clock. I'm like, how about fuck the peak? And he's like, good. Yes. I'm like, all right, maybe another year. Probably never. It'll probably be an ambition we have that we never fulfill because Josh and I like to hang out and carouse and meet people and whatnot at night. So we don't have a ton of energy after Thursday night. But well worth it. We had our whole crew that we always stay with, and we were in the same spot I always stay at. Mike Duncan from Pitbull, Dan Wilson from Vanquish, my buddy Johnny Stevens, who always comes with them. Dick Wilson was there. I'll talk about him in a minute with the sick gift he gave me. And his wife. And then a new guy I hadn't met, Cody, and I think one of his buddies were tent camping there. So we had our
Dave,
whole
you
little
think?
compound, which is great.
Was it Cody and
then
Dave?
Dan had all his moon buggies, right?
Dick.
He's gone moon buggy crazy. He has like 8 or 10 of them. Yeah, no, not Dick, the other guy. Dick was right in the heart of it. Cody was in a small tent to the other side, like the end of Mike's thing, almost to the other camp over. Next year, he says, yeah, maybe Josh, great plans. We'll see if they come to fruition. I can't go next year, probably because of Bonats, but
you never know. Never
know. And if we seem all over the place with this, it's because that's kind of the event it is. There's always shit happening.
Oh, the event was crazy. Who's the fucking guy? Okay, who's the guy with Pitbull that had the freaking recliner in front of his trailer? What's his?
I lived a year in that recliner one night.
Yeah, you did.
Luke.
Luke, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
what a fucking instigator that guy was. Jesus Christ. Luke, man. And Luke showed up and I'm like, oh.
Luke's high energy. If you don't know
Luke,
he's very high energy. Like he's always ready to go. That night
was crazy.
Oh, that night was wonderful. Like I'll call it. People thought I died. It was quite hilarious. Because that was Friday night. And we started.
He's high on life and other stuff.
Yeah. It was definitely a good combo of life and other stuff. And so
that was the night that Charlie was a weeble wobble.
Yeah, there was a handful of us that had a real good time that night. So we probably started drinking. I don't know what. Josh started drinking before I did, I think. Oh no, I'm just calling you a dick. Nice. And so we're already kind of buzzed, and I think it was, maybe around 9 o'clock or something, a little after dark. It was
early. We started early that night.
Someone rolls over to our camp in his girlfriend's truck and goes, "Hey, Charlie, Nick, jump in." Okay, this always leads to misadventure, and I'm always down for misadventure. And I'm already, half cocked. So let's see what happens. We jump in, and we each get handed 4 capsules with some ground up shit inside, a little psilocybin. You know what that is? And he goes, "Here," and Charlie and I are kind of like, "All right, fuck it, boom." And so we had quite an experience that night. I was sitting on those beautiful leather couch chair things.
He had a fucking reclining leather love seat in the dirt outside his trailer.
Yeah, he does. Luke does that every year.
It's crazy. And like a super nice little propane fire, and then a couple other really nice camp chairs, and it's pretty.
Yep.
Dude, he had the setup, man. Like the cabana going.
There was probably, I think, about a half dozen of us on the psilocybin. And I'm in the chair, and I kept getting handed dabs by somebody. And I'm not used
It
to
was
that.
him.
Right? The
It
only
was
time I
him.
do them is
He
out
kept
there.
lighting up that crazy bong he had.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there talking and feeling real good. I'm like, oh man, that's my buddy that was next to me. We were on the same level, right? I look over, I'm like, how you doing? He's like, just enjoying these shrooms, man. And we're sitting there, and about 15 minutes later, I do a dab, and I'm like, oh, time to go to another plane of existence. And I was gone for
You
like
were
probably
gone.
2-3 minutes. They swore it was like 15. So I'm
That
guessing.
was a while.
And like I still remember it vividly. Like it was almost like DMT, like it went that way. And I come to, like, three people have scattered because they thought I was dead and they wanted no involvement in the crime scene. Everyone's freaking out except for my buddy that had been next to me. When I woke up, he moved to a different chair that someone had left. They're asking, they're like, man, I ain't never seen some shit like that before. I'm like, I'm fine, guys. That shit happens. You've never done that or seen that before? No, no, I've seen it. They asked the old head. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. See, you need some more experience. It's okay. It was a wonderful night Friday. I really needed that. It's been a long time, and it was a lot of good fun with good friends and people I didn't even know. Josh came over thinking, heard I was dying. He's like, all right, I get to go rag on Nick for dying this time, you know. He comes over, I'm back to it. Fine. He's like, oh, I heard you were dying. I'm like, no, I'm fine. He's like, God damn it. I was like, um, good times. Yeah, we sat and yeah, Josh and I ended up like the last ones awake at like 4 or 5 that morning, and we're like, let's go back to the chairs. So we're talking to Luke and his girl and stuff, and they go to bed and they're like, yeah, you can hang out here as long as you want, as long as you're not loud and annoying, you know. So we just reclined back, stared at the stars, bullshitted, had a good old time. Got up the next day, ready to go again. You know, you got to be professional if you're gonna do that shit. And I ran absolutely no RC trails at all. That's okay. I met a lot of new people, got to see a lot of old friends. That's my main goal for shit like that. Running RCs is just an extra. We did take the rippers out. We managed to get a ripper run with me, Tony Mazza, Dan Wilson, and Dick. We all had rippers. So we went and took over Scale City for an hour or two on Saturday night. And Saturday night, we'd been good all day, Josh and I, on Saturday. Like, we weren't really drinking or anything like that. We are hanging out, trying to recoup. About midnight Saturday night, we were originally thinking, yeah, we'll go sleep at midnight. I want to get real good night's sleep for the next day's travels. Well, about midnight, we're at Reef's compound. Everyone's hanging out, having some drinks, having a good time, bullshitting, cracking jokes. And Digger and his old lady Mocha come out with like this whole little basket of a bar with lemonade, raspberry lemonade, some grenadine, pickle juice, and a fresh handle of Jim Beam and cups. And we kind of looked at each other and we're like, oh fuck, if they offer this to us, it's gonna be a long night. Sure enough, and like I knew him, Josh hadn't met them yet, so they asked me, hey Nick, you want a drink? And I'm like, twist my arm, I guess, you know. And then I'm getting my drink going. We've all got drinks, and I kind of see Josh standing to the side like a lost puppy. I was just about to ask him, like, I know these people, but not super well, right? They were more acquaintances still at that time. Now, after that night, they're friends. And I kind of, like, I was just about to work up the nerve to ask people I kind of know, hey, you mind giving my buddy a drink? And right where I was about to say something, they looked at him, and they're like, you don't have a drink, you want one? He's like, well, hell yeah, you know. And Josh doesn't drink bourbon, but he was loving it. Uh, good times. I was still dead, don't lie. You can't kill me. Um, so yeah, Proline, you can ride it on the crazy side and carouse and party and have a wonderful time and be good, or you can go there, you know, as a straight edge guy and do nothing and have a blast as well, or anywhere in between. If you go, I highly advise renting a camper or knowing someone with a camper or something and staying on site. My first year, I did the hotel thing and it sucked because everything would just really be getting to be fun. And so, like at 11, I'd have to quit drinking and shit. So I'd have an hour or two to drink water and make sure I could legally drive to the hotel 15 minutes away. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Never doing this again. So every year since I've camped, because then you don't have to worry about shit. You know, just don't die. Watch who you hang with and make sure you're professional. It was a glorious time partying and RCing. Josh got out into the rocks and stuff a bit, I think, in the mornings.
Yeah.
That poor bastard was still waking up at 5:30 or 6 a.m. out there because he was on Texas time. I was
Oh no, he
not.
wasn't waking up that early.
I could
See,
sleep.
I think we were getting up around 8 is the earliest we were getting up.
Well, that's like when we were getting up, 8:30, aside from Sunday.
Oh, was he getting up early? Oh, he was getting up
Oh,
earlier.
he was getting
Wasn't
up
he?
at like 5:36 doing shit, but
Yeah,
then
he's
he
getting
came
up earlier
back.
than us. Ugh.
Um, but a little. And so, yeah, wonderful times. If you guys, I see it's kind of a lower viewer night. If you guys got any questions about it, feel free to ask because I know we're kind of discombobulating all over the place. But that kind of lets you know what kind of event it is. You know, there's so much going on. There's so much to do. They do a We Rock comp you can do, which is very compy and like moon buggy oriented and all that, like hardcore shit.
Yeah.
There's loads of trails that vendors and sponsors set up. Josh and I on Friday night, right? Or was it Thursday? Maybe it was Thursday night. Walked up to the left side. Not sure which direction it is out there because it's kind of this side of trails and then this side, kind of
Maybe like
across.
the northern side.
Yeah, okay. And these guys had like everything lit up, and there was this seesaw thing
Yeah,
you had to
I wish
do.
I would have done that trail. I wanted to do a night trail, and then not Saturday night. I think we were just so fucking zonked. I didn't do it, but
Yeah,
that
we
was the
planned to.
trail. If we did the trail, I think that was the trail we were going to go do. Is that north trail? It looked
Yeah,
pretty rad.
that's
But
my favorite side over the other. The other's
yeah,
fun, but that north side is usually where it's at.
yeah. I kind of wish we would have done it. I wish we would kind of would have done it, but oh well.
There's always next time. Those rocks aren't going anywhere.
Nah, yeah. Because
But I did notice we're getting older too, right? Like when I was 38 going out there, it's a little different than 43. You know, that 5 years makes a big difference on energy and shit. And
it
I
does.
noticed that at Proline. Now it's becoming a little more family oriented, and all of us are getting 5, 6, 7 years older
Yeah,
than back in the day. Uh,
yeah.
it would be pretty quiet by like midnight, 1 o'clock. You know, you had your little pockets, but it was like four little pockets of
Yeah, it
people
wasn't
hanging out
like hooting and hollering and screaming at like midnight. It was
Yeah.
like there was stuff going on, but it wasn't crazy at all.
Because they used to be like a big party everywhere until 3, 4 in the morning every night. But a lot
Yeah,
of that's
yeah,
calmed down. But you can still find those people. We people still exist out there. Um,
yeah, but more
north.
chill and condensed.
Yeah.
Like Friday, or Saturday. Saturday, I was walking around everywhere. I was doing the jump. I was running my Borderlands around, talking to people. I was like all day. I was moving. So
Yeah.
by the my nighttime came. I was fucking zonked. I didn't really want to go night crawling.
That's why I
I
was
mean,
like
I did,
Saturday,
but
because Friday I'd been walking all day. And then we
yeah,
probably did 10 loops on psilocybin time. You know,
yeah.
like I walked a lot.
I was
Uh,
walking around Friday too. Yeah,
It's a lot of walking. Be prepared for that. A lot of
yeah.
lot of pit bikes and dirt bikes this year.
There was a
Handful
ton
of
of pit
golf
bikes.
carts, but lots of
Lots of
pit
golf
bikes and
carts
dirt
too.
bikes.
Yeah, there was a lot of golf carts, pit bikes, dirt bikes.
We all get older and wiser and have more money to spend as we age too. So
Yeah, if I start going to more events, I think I'm gonna pick up one of the electric scooters. Like I think that's the way, the little electric scooter.
I think it was Charlie told me he's got 2 pit bikes, I think, that he
Yeah,
can bring next year. And I was like, that sounds fun, but then again, like I think about Friday night and trying to ride a pit bike, which I would have tried to do, and I probably would have eaten it like 3 times, you know. Woke up the next day all road rash, miserable, picking crap apart, whatever, you know.
I would have walked around and just found you laying on the ground under a pit bike somewhere. Like I tried.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time something like that's happened. I was telling the story about Friday to Jeremy Kilburn. He's like, "Man, I think you've died like 6 or 7 times since I've known you. Like, you don't actually die." And I'm like, "Exactly."
No, I just leave for a little bit and come back.
Mhm. I just go have a lot of fun
Yeah.
in a different universe for a little bit, and then I come back to Earth. You know.
Yeah.
No, we're not camping at Hall and Girl Stacy, but we're real close. And we'll probably stay late because Jeremy doesn't drink. So I'm pretty sure Josh and I are going to make Jeremy drive back and forth each day. I think we're 6, 7 minutes. So then we can still hang out till midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, whatever, before we
Well,
go back to the
if
Airbnb.
Jeremy gives you shit about driving him, just guilt trip him for me driving him.
There you go. No, different Jeremy Griffith.
Oh, different Jeremy. Oh, Griffith. Got it. Oh,
Yep.
guilt tripping for not coming to Pro Line then. We fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he already guilt tripped himself on that one enough.
Well, we all freaking FaceTimed him that one night. Remember?
Yeah, that was Friday night right before the psilocybin.
We had your phone
Like,
sitting
we
on top
hung
of
up.
a Mini Cooper, and we're all fucking harassing him.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So many good, fun people out there. Like everyone is just there being cool, having a good time, wanting to bullshit RCs and cars and trucks. And
Why didn't we call fucking Holmes and harass him while we were there? That's what we've missed.
Because he wouldn't have answered.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, he might have known we were at Pro Line, but it would have depended on when he was sleeping or not. You never know with Holmes when he's asleep. So
True.
you could call him at 9 and he's out, and you could call him at 1 in the morning and he's up. You never know.
Could have tried to call him at 1 in the morning.
Well, because when you die, Josh, like you really scary die even to me as an old hat. We're breaking Josh in on some shit. He knows how to party, but
you weren't there for that conversation Thursday night with freaking Josh and Jeremy Kilburn. They're talking about the shit that they fucking went through, and like, what the fuck, you two?
yeah.
Fucking, Kilburn's military shit, and Josh fucking dying on a roller coaster.
Oh yeah, that's a great story.
I'm like, Jesus, you guys! Like, I just
dying
got high
on a
blood
roller
pressure.
coaster at Six Flags. So yeah, I can't explain. Both events are just so much fun with so many good people, and they're both worth hitting for sure. It's a lot harder work to hit TTC, right? You got to build something and get voted in and all that. Whereas Pro Line, you just pay your money and go. Oh, and we forgot. I don't have my patch handy. Kilburn has me beat for dying. Yeah.
Dude's got some stories.
His story about putting the 40mm round
through the car,
through the windshield and out the back window at Iraq, like 25 years ago.
Fucking turn a fucking 40mm grenade launcher. Fucking.
He's like, well, it was supposed to go over the roof, but it ended up going through the center of the windshield out the back.
Through the windshield out the back.
And he's like,
I had to shit his pants.
The dude stopped, right? He wasn't hauling ass up on the convoy towards base anymore. He stopped real quick. Lots of fun stories. Shelby, Reef's girlfriend, turns out Roger, her dad, is like one of my favorite followers on the page. We bullshit cars and shit all the time.
Oh no shit.
Her and Reef were like, oh man, my dad loves you. He loves your page. I'm like, who's your dad? Like maybe I'll know, maybe I won't. I won't recognize some names. Roger Ribble. Oh shit. Yeah, he's one of my favorite people to bullshit. I know exactly who that is. So Shelby and I took a selfie Saturday at the awards and sent it to him. Like, she's like, hey, I'm hanging out with RCJesus.
That's right. She seems so cool. I talked to her a couple of times. She seems awesome.
She's very cool. She used to be a lot more quiet a couple of years ago at events, but now she's fit right in. She's comfortable with everybody. She has a great time.
That whole tent seemed really cool. That was cool.
Yeah, the whole Reeves crew's good time.
Yeah, they're cool.
Hobby Wing Charlie is always a riot.
Oh, Hobby Wing Charlie. I love that fucking guy. Yeah. That dude is so fucking cool.
I always tell everyone, I'm like, if you like to have a good time, you're going to enjoy hanging out with Charlie.
Yeah, it's so much fun to go by there in the morning and his tent and be like, Charlie. He's like,
yeah, because Charlie is up. Excuse me. Is up till 3 or 4 in the morning most nights.
Yeah, and then he's up in there.
And then he's at that Hobby Wing booth on Vendor Row at 7 or 8 in the morning.
I don't know how he fucking
ready
does
to
it.
Go. And like, if you don't know the night he had before, he might just be kind of sleepy. But if you know the night he had before, it's so fun to go.
It's so funny to.
Like, how you doing, Charlie? How you feeling today? You look pretty fucking miserable, eh? Fuck you guys.
I think I went every morning. I went by his tent to fuck with
dog.
Like every morning, I went by his tent to fuck with him.
Yeah. Yeah, because you only drank was Friday night. So
yeah, just Friday night.
You were like more energy and up early out doing shit, whereas I'd get up at like 8:30 or 9, spend some time in the bathroom and get around and wake up and take a shower and get out at like 11 or noon to face the world, Uh,
Oh my god, that was
yeah, it's
fun.
unbelievable amount of fun. And the
Oh
come
my,
down is real, dude. Like I was miserable on Tuesday. Like this
I
sucks.
was
My friend, all my dopamines are gone. All the fucking endorphins are gone. And where's everybody? Why can't I live like this every weekend?
I'm glad I sped up the drive because I got home Monday and I like just kept going to try to keep my momentum because like I knew I had to get, unhook the trailer, get it set up, I'll pull all my shit out of the car because I don't want RC shit in the car,
Mm.
and just do some basic, just tear down and unpack. Otherwise, if I had stopped, I wasn't gonna get going. And I
Well,
remember it was like I had finally I got home at like 2 and got everything done, and it was like 4 o'clock. Ate some dinner, and I was like sitting at the dining room table, and I'm like shaking. I had like the tired shakes. I'm like, I think I need to fucking sleep. Like, it's like, I think I need to sleep.
well, like I said, like I don't know how many of you out there have ever like not slept more than 8 hours in 3 days, and then or stayed up for like 48 hours, and you start to like hallucinate.
You
Well,
get like
I'm
past the point of
finishing
tired.
watching Dune 2 on the plane at like 11 o'clock my time with like an hour left. And they had all the lights off, right? Except for the screens glowing and a little bit of the ambient light above the aisleway.
Oh yeah, you.
And all of a sudden I'm sitting there finishing Dune 2 and like I'd see something crawl by me on the floor in the aisleway. And I was like, there was no baby there. And then it took me about 30 seconds. I'm like, oh, I mean, I had a crazy weekend and I'm extremely tired. I'm just mildly hallucinating. Okay, I got this. I was driving home like, please don't fall asleep and die. Because I was on the plane and I'm like, I don't want to fall. I don't like sleeping on planes, right? I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable sleeping around a bunch of people I don't know. Um, so it's like just forcing myself to stay awake. I probably should have slept. That's all right. I slept like 16 hours later. Um, and so that was an interesting end of the flight. And just
All right.
seeing shit peripherally and stuff, like none of this is really happening. It's not really there. Yeah. Good thing I've done this time or two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
I
Josh.
bet, dude. That 3.5 hour drive had to suck, dude. That 2.5 hour drive to LA fucking sucked. I'm glad I stopped at the hotel because it was a 25 minutes to the hotel and then 2 hours, 15 minutes to LAX.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've enjoyed modern cars that have all the nannies. Because I was
Yes.
like, I can just put it on cruise control with a long distance thing between cars, rest my hands on the wheel, but turn the driving shit on. And usually I never trust that, but I was so exhausted. I'm like, good. Now I don't have to worry about delayed reaction times from being tired and strung out. The car will do it all for me. I used that shit the whole way to the airport.
How was RC four-wheel drive, Josh? I saw some pictures, but I haven't really heard. It
Yeah, I
looked like it should
saw,
be
I
good.
think maybe a little reel he did or something.
Yeah, you did a little reel, but
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it was pretty badass or not. We'll have to see if he responds. What was it like?
He is
We should
busy
have just
running a
fucking You
respectable
should have
business.
just sent him a fucking invite to the show. He could jump on with us.
Right. Yeah, we probably should. You want me to send you an invite, Josh?
Almost a little late now, but
Mark, riding the rainbow. Riding the rainbow road, yes. Oh my God. I need a go-kart out there. And then do the same shit next time, and I can be driving around
oh
the
my
rain.
god, if we all had go-karts there, we would be so fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, we would get so fucked up driving racing go-karts around there.
We'd
Oh
all
my
be
god.
so sore though from bouncing around in go-karts all
We
weekend. Our
would be
kidneys
so
would be like,
fucked,
fuck
dude.
you.
You know what? We would wake up the next morning, all three go-karts would be like piled on top of each other outside the trailer. We'd be all bloodied and bruised.
Like your mini when you took them back.
Oh my god, it'd be so bad,
You
dude.
took like our camper was legitimately like a 4 minute, 5 minute walk from Vendor
Yeah,
Row.
from the
It
areas,
was
yeah.
it was probably an eighth mile at least, if not a quarter mile. And so one of the minis broke. So I'm bullshitting getting our patches. We got to discuss that in a minute. And I see Chris driving away with the broken mini on top of the good mini, and it's just bottomed out like a lowrider. And he's just driving the mini back because fuck carrying that 35, 40 pounds back to the camper. You didn't have a rope to tow it. And then we got patches. There's 6 event patches.
Yeah.
If you complete these certain things, you get a little patch.
Josh said send him the
Yay
link if you
big
want to.
flag. All right. Mountains. And so let me see if I can figure out how to do this while bullshitting. My brain still isn't right. And oh yeah, I gotta copy the link. How do I do that from here? Let me see if I can figure this out, Josh. But anyways, copy invitation. There it is. So we got patches for the canyon jump, but someone has trouble spelling at Proline. We got error patches. And we figured out they were all made this way, of course, right? They didn't just, the manufacturer didn't just randomly screw up one because it's all done on computer. It says K-on. They forgot the first N.
The K-on jump.
Camper with Josh's new best friends. God, what was it? Andy and Mike?
Dave and something.
Dave and Andy, maybe?
Maybe,
Dave and Andy, yeah. And oh, the sticker sheet has a screwed up on it too? Andy and Dave, okay.
What? The sticker too?
I didn't even look
at
that's
the funny.
I have it here, so I'll look at it. Let me see. I gotta move you out of the way so I can message Josh.
Oh, that shit's funny.
And
Andy and Dave. Okay.
So it's an error patch, and I love the fact it's an error patch, right? That's
funny.
I'm like, perfect that it's fucked up. Like that just represents a Proline weekend for me. And Joshua, there you are. There's your invite, bitch. Okay, back to this. And so they noticed it. Like I walked back in, they're like, hey, look at this. Because I hadn't even looked at it. I just grabbed it. I meant to grab two and I accidentally grabbed three. So I gave one to Josh. And none of us even really looked at it, right? We just grabbed it, pocketed it. And I think it was Dave. It was like, if you seen what this says, read it. And as soon as I read it, I'm like, K-on. Oh my God. Candy. But you know, it's because they probably got those things in like 4 days before the event. And there was no time to get them reprinted. So I was like, this is special. Because I've never done one of the event patches in all my years. So I was like, well, if I'm going to get one, it's fitting I got one that's fucked up, you know?
Yeah, the K-on jump.
All right, where's the sticker sheet? And now I'll go through some of the cool shit I got. Here's James gave me a nice custom banner.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
P-Dub Designs is doing. Paul Wilhite, if you know him from the Proline days, has his own business doing all kinds of banners and graphics and stuff. So you can hit P-Dub Designs up. Josh got me a Square Body Syndicate sticker that's sweet when he was there. And then where's the other sticker sheet he got from it? I'll end up using these, God knows when, but eventually. They're the seatbelt stickers. But if you look,
oh, those are rad. Yeah,
it's Square Body Syndicate instead of GM.
Yeah.
So that's in cool. The 78K10, they'll go in someday. I got my bandana I never wore. John Schultz from AE hooked me up with a sweet RC10 pin.
Oh, that's rad.
Hobby Wing Charlie gave me a lanyard because I only have like 40 of these, you know, so I need more. And what else we got here? Knights Custom. Let me separate instead of putting it back. Where's my I think I was one of like 5 people that wore this. I actually pinned this to myself. It's like and it's really nice quality, like
it's metal like die cast.
Yeah. Metal. So I actually pinned it to my shirt on Saturday and wore it all day once I found it. We got the By the Fire. It looks like an old cowboy belt buckle, right?
Patch. Yeah. Those are actually nice too.
This is my favorite sticker. This is why you're gonna see this randomly between Josh and I. Skynet, he's listed at, he went through Roswell and got he got himself a mug and he got Jeremy and I Griffith asked me about my butthole.
You should have you're supposed to have fiber now. It's supposed to be good, Josh, right?
Cody, yeah, you don't have a hurricane. Let's fucking hear shit up. Cody gave me the CK sticker from his shit.
Nice.
Now, yeah, here's the event sticker sheet. So
is it wrong?
It is wrong on the stickers.
No way.
So you guys get to see it. I'm not sure where my patches right now.
Oh my God.
Wrong on the sticker. So you guys get to see it. I'm not sure where my patches. There he is.
There he is.
So, and you get a lot of really cool stickers. on the
Mute,
license
mute
plates.
the
I like the
YouTube,
6-shooter. There it is. He's got it. You get the event deal. There's the front.
Nice.
There's the back with the schedule.
Getting close to delay.
And then there's your patches. Oh, I guess there was 4 or 5.
5.
Your
Yeah,
event
5.
patches possible.
Yeah.
And they explain stuff. And then you get your map.
The map. Yeah.
And it's as big as it looks walking around Proline.
Yeah, it's huge.
Colored lines are the trails. So they do it up.
I didn't find the map until I got home.
Patches. What's that, buddy?
I didn't find the map until I got home.
Where we're going, we don't need maps.
Yeah, true. Very true.
We just wandered.
I had completely forgot about the. I'd completely forgot about the fight incident at the tiny town, scale town there that night.
City. Yeah, that was Friday night, right before you came over.
Yeah,
it was Friday night. Yeah. I was hanging out. I was sitting there just driving my truck around, and I didn't realize I was talking to Will. He's been following me for a while.
I thought it was Will.
We were just talking, shooting the shit. Yeah, it was Will, and we were just hanging out. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And I gave him a fucking hug because I was drinking, and I was like, "Yeah." We were just hanging out, and all of a sudden, this dude skidded up in that F-350 or F-250. It was a 250. He wasn't that big. And he jumped out. I mean, he was right in his method because the guy that had built the Dairy Queen apparently is very emotional. He had to scale Dairy Queen in the scale town, and he yelled at that guy's kid. So he come and got in his face and was ready to throw down. They were leaving. He had his kid in the car. They had packed everything up.
But don't forget the kid was driving like a jackass.
He probably was. I didn't remember. I didn't see any of the actual incident happen. But he jumped his shit, and the guy got out and was like, "You don't talk to kids that way." And he chased him around, and he shoved him down into someone's tent. And we were like,
sleeping.
Well, what's hilarious is we both just set down our controllers and all of our cameras and shit. And Will went and got the skinny guy. I got the guy in the Ford. And we just were like, "Hey, like, it's not worth it. Like, walk away. It's all good." We were both trying to calm it down. He shoved him into the tent. And
don't ruin this event for everybody.
No, it was great.
Look at that kind of shit. If it gets just shut down,
He got out of the tent, and the person in the tent shoved the tent back up. And like, "Oh shit, somebody was in there laying down." Like, our bad.
I would be so pissed off, dude.
Meanwhile, the other guy was running around. Like, he's trying to read the plate number to the police on the phone. "This just assaulted me," and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "It's like, can't we just be adults about all this and walk away?" And then the guy in the truck left with his kid, and they went home. And he probably got pulled over and questioned later, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was sitting there in another plane of existence, and I'm like, "There are cops." I'm like, "There are cops here." And they're like, "What are you talking about? There's no cops." I'm like, "I can just feel it. There are cops here."
I sense it.
Yeah.
The spider senses the tingling.
And sure enough, we find out like an hour later, right when I was saying that, when the cops were rolling. We couldn't see them or anything. I just knew, right? The force. I just used the force.
And that's what's funny is after all that, and me and Will went our separate ways, and I walked down the road from Scaletown, and I found Luke and
Luke's camp.
from heaven. And I was like, they're like, "Nick's dead. Nick died." And I'm like, "Great story."
I get to make fun of him.
Nick died finally.
You have the stick. You're like, "Is he awake? Is he alive?"
Luke was saying his girlfriend wanted to like poke me in the cheek because she's like a nurse or something. And Luke's like, "No, you'll leave a fingerprint. It's evidence that he's dead." I'm like, "Geez, if I really did die or was like in a coma, what were you guys gonna do? Just go throw me in the fucking desert and hope no one noticed?"
They'd you up at the top of that
with
mountain.
Friends like these.
You'd get to the peak of that mountain, and they'd leave you there for 3 days.
Yeah, I need a bunch of peyote for 3 days. Jesus.
No, you'd be dead up there. They just take your body and dump it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm forever a member of Proline.
Yep.
I'm there in spirit and physically every year.
With that Baja truck, he'd take you out somewhere.
It's like the dead bodies on Mount Everest.
Right. I'm just a landmark on one of the trails now. Oh, RCJesus' body, turn left.
The bones of a prospector.
Dude, did you guys actually see that mining cart thing I made the reel of?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that thing was so dope.
Yeah.
So
Look at that
cool.
mining cart
I
was cool.
saw that. I was like, you got to stop and go back because I got to video this. He's like,
And
yeah,
he
no
didn't
problem.
win.
There's
He
a
didn't
bunch
win.
of-
The stagecoach guy won. The guy that did like the RC stagecoach won.
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
like OTX
That was pretty cool too, though.
leaf springs, and yeah, it was a
That was pretty rad. The stagecoach was cool.
Castle did a cool thing where they put out a bunch of like pyrite nuggets. And if you
Yeah.
found them, you could bring them in and get entered into a raffle for like a badass system or something.
It was a
And Kate
gold
was telling
loader.
everybody she gave them to me to put out. And I walk over and Thomas is like, yeah, so I don't know how well you hid these things, but we've only found 2. And I didn't even know this raffle or anything was going on. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, Kate said you hit them all. I'm like, no, I haven't been that wasted. Like, I guarantee this discussion and this event never happened. She was taking me for somebody else. I don't know how, but
Didn't somebody start bringing her like weed nuggets and was like, "Hey, I found one."
Yeah, they brought her a bag and then she gave it to Nick.
they're like, here, I found a nugget, and it's a green nug, right?
Green nug.
She's like, well, I can't do anything with this, you know. We don't smoke this. We don't use
She's
this.
like, I have to work.
Not that they hate on it. So I walk over. Kate's like, Nick, come here. I'm like, oh shit, what am I in trouble for? I didn't actually hide the nuggets, so you can't blame me. And she's like, she told me the story. Well, this guy comes over and like covertly hands me a nugget, he says. And it took me a second when I grabbed the bag it was in before I realized, oh, this isn't a gold nugget. What do I do with this? And then I guess I walked over like 30 minutes later and she's like, fucking perfect man for this. I was like, God damn it. Everywhere I go, Proline, everyone just gives me free drugs. This is amazing.
It's
Here's
like they
some
know.
shrooms, here's some weed, you know, here's some booze. Have a good time.
The Florida man will take it.
That stagecoach was super dope, dude. The actual
It was.
coach is all wood.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The wheels are 3D printed, as I recall, along with a few other parts. He had it, you can kind of see it. I don't know how much of it you saw, Mark, which post, but they had like, it was like a fancy stagecoach. They had like a whole tea and lunch set up inside of it. The whole interior was decked out with curtains and shit. Yeah. Like it was the baller stagecoach.
That was the one that had the horses sticking off the front, didn't it?
No, it didn't have horses on the front.
It was just a self-propelled stagecoach.
Yeah.
Okay. There was one
just a self-propelled stagecoach
that mounted out the front of it, and it looked pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
He won the.
I missed the show and shine. I was.
You were still in bed.
I was waking up when it was going on, and then of course by the time I got out there, it was over.
I barely got out there in time. We made breakfast, and I barely got out there.
That's what they get for doing the shit at 8 in the morning. Like fuck. That's one of the things I remember talking to Trevor.
That's what you get for doing shit at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, tomato, whatever. Fuck you.
All right.
But that's what I told Trevor at TTC. Right, I'm like, we're not starting the shit at like 8 in the fucking morning, right? You're not one of those guys. He's like, no, I know my audience. 10 o'clock. I'm like, fucking mint, dude. That's the perfect time. Like I'm usually waking up around 8 after 3 to 5.
Mark says, "Your RCJesus, you could turn gold into weed."
Don't doubt the powers. Fucking Cody, that was part of the camp and shit. I can't remember his last name. Cool guy. He had long hair and a beard and shit's probably like 5-10 years younger than me, I would guess. So his shit's still all dark. Yeah. And he ended up, he's walking up and he's like, how's it going, Dad? People were calling him Jesus, right? And he's like, oh, well, RCJesus, like, I guess you're God now, so you're my dad. And I was like, if Jesus and God don't have a sense of humor, we're getting struck by a random bolt of lightning out of fucking nowhere out here. But I'm pretty sure those guys have a pretty good sense of humor, you know. As long as you're not being a dick, they're probably like, these fuckers. This is why I made them. You know? I needed some jesters in my court.
Oh, shit.
What'd you think, Josh? It's your first time. Tell us your view.
It was fun.
First time.
I've had a very different opinion of California after actually going there and meeting people. And
the same, different, or worse? Well, you said different. I mean, better or worse?
Better. Like everybody I met was very well rounded and respectable, and you know, it wasn't like everybody in Texas thinks of California. It's kind of like, but yeah, it was very different. So it was kind of eye opening in that regard.
Yeah,
Even
at Proline,
the
everyone's
event,
chill.
Yeah. Super chill.
every other place I went, like other than the one gas station where the guy was kind of like, that was the only bad experience I had in California.
It depends on whether you're in like a rural area or the city.
That was
Yeah.
mostly in rural area. I was in central, I went to Visalia, RC4 Drive. That's what we were doing all this. That was cool. That was, man, if it hadn't been smoky, I'd have went up there and seen the sequoias. I really wanted to see the sequoia tree.
Yeah, I've never seen them either. I want to. The Proline, 2 years from now, if I drive fuckable caravan through that shit, I'll steal Cadence out of school for 2 weeks and be like, she's going to learn more with me traveling the country than she will at school.
I'd go through there with you guys for sure. I've been through Sequoia.
There we go. We got us a fucking convoy.
Like, the road right through Visalia, like you can walk out of RC4 Drive headquarters front door and you can see the mountains, see the trees up
beautiful
there.
Beautiful.
We'll have Grandpa, the fancy Audi, and an old big block Bronco just trucking through the fucking woods, driving through redwoods.
The day you make it to Florida or to California with that big block Bronco will be a magical fucking time. I'll tell you that.
It won't be magical once I have a garage to work in. The shit that takes me 3 months to do, if I have a garage and can work at the hours I want, will be done in a week.
Are you going to drive it to Halloween Holland Crawl?
I don't know. It's still up in the air.
He's going to have to invade a small Eastern European country to afford the gas for it.
I drove it to the gas station on Tuesday because I wanted to drive it to work on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And old truck shit. It was spitting and sputtering on the way to the gas station, but I knew it had that much gas in the bottom of the tank, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I and I wasn't stupid this time, I didn't fill it just in case. I put 6 gallons in. I'm like, 6 gallons should get me 50 miles. All right. So I noted the shit. Drive back to the house, great. But as soon as I fired it up, I pulled the lights out. Now all of a sudden the lights don't work. I'm like, God damn it. They just worked fine last time I used them a week ago or 3 weeks ago. Now I bought nothing.
He talks so much shit about that Bronco, and he's going to drive it to every event for the last 3 years.
Hey, you got to have a fucking goal. And I did drive it to some years ago. It's been to USTE twice.
Until you fixed it. But I was going to drive my 03 Suburban, which is not reliable at all, to Georgia or to Alabama for that event if he drove his Bronco, which I'm really not wanting to. So I hope you don't get it fixed in time. But
well, the hurricane fucked me up. Like, I was going to work on shit today because Al was in today. And then, there's a hurricane. I can't work outside in the driveway during a hurricane. I debated it. I'm like, well, I could close the door and fuck with the headlight switch and everything.
Yeah. Mine's a 3/4 ton. It's not fun to drive on the highway.
If I didn't have to pull
mine's a 460 on 37s.
If I didn't have to pull my trailer, I'd drive my 88 Rabbit diesel just to join the party.
That would be just fine. You get fucking 500 miles a gallon in that thing.
Oh, I'd go forever. Yeah, I'd fill my tank once.
All right, I get to go look at that house on Saturday.
Uh-oh.
It didn't sell while I was out there, and if that's the case, I got a garage to work in again. I forgot how shitty it is to work on shit outside all the time.
Fucking sucks.
The daylight and the weather. So many times I've been like, sweet, I've got 4 hours to work on today, and then it starts raining or something. I'm like, God damn it. And then I don't have another day to work on it for a week or two. But excuses. I just suck. Whatever.
I drove mine to town today, so.
If you cleaned out your garage, you can work it on your garage.
No, it won't fit.
Oh, it seriously won't fit? Too tall?
No, it's way too big to fit in the garage. It's 5-6 inches too tall.
Get some transport tires like they do for monster trucks. You can put in the garage.
Yeah, but do you know how long it takes to jack it up and go out there and switch big ass? Like it's fucking. That's a half hour, 40-minute job every time.
Bitch and moan.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Let the air out of those tires. Just roll it in.
Yeah, I'm just full of excuses. God damn it.
My tires are too big for my door.
Yeah, my tires are too big because my dick's too tiny. That's the rule, right? So anyways, we kind of got off. Finish your thoughts on Proline. Or did you? I know you're a simple man.
No, it was good. It was eye-opening in a lot of ways, just seeing the state and meeting the people and all that kind of stuff. It was different. There was a lot of theft out there, which was disappointing, but
yeah, that's the first time I've heard of it before too.
There's stuff stolen every year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I left a Ripper unlocked in the rental car for 2.5 days. Didn't
I
get
know.
touched.
I almost stole your rental car.
Well, and the shit that got stolen was weird shit like
Yeah, because
beer.
the keys were in
Hey,
it too.
I know. I found them.
The weird shit. What, Chris?
It was like weird shit that got stolen, not RC shit. It was like food and beer and booze and stuff like that was stolen.
Yeah,
That's
Andy got what? A half gallon, a steak, and like 15 beers stolen.
Yeah,
That was probably the transients. Like
probably.
mid-afternoon, there'd be a group of
Yeah.
dumb transients that would come through.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about, I'm like, dude, that was some like 18, 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
It's like a steak, booze. Oh my God, I can't afford the steak and I can't buy the booze.
Yeah.
But then when someone mentioned that, like, oh yeah, it's weird when these transients just kind of roll through camp. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's who'd steal that. Sweet, I get to eat today and get fucking wasted.
Winning.
I'm the transient king today.
Yeah.
I'll go sleep under a rock.
Hey,
Yeah. But it was
is
good.
this Dave Dave? Is that Dave Dave?
I told him we were on, so it might be Dave.
Oh,
Dave.
hey, is Dave Dave? Is your last name Jenkins and you're from Arizona?
Is this
Hey,
the one
buddy.
that had chili dogs with us with the yummy cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
Oh, that's right. You need to fucking
It
message
is.
me a picture of that cheese label.
I'll get you some. I'll get it.
I remember it's beach, but I don't want to order the wrong shit. Like
I'll get
Chris
you.
brought some fucking like fancy smashy Oregon cheese that actually isn't. It just tastes like it. Like you cut a little slice and put it in your mouth and it melts like fucking butter and it's all smoky. Oh my God.
Oh,
Smoky
it had like a
cheddar.
texture and it was amazing. Yeah. That's some amazing.
It's,
that was one of the highlights of the event was the cheese.
and we were kind of psyched about chili dogs. And then Chris was like, well, I'm going to put the cheese on it. And we were like, oh, fuck yeah. We'll pay the price in the morning on the shitter for that.
We didn't. I didn't have that problem. The cheese made things better.
Yeah, I ate so much or so little and drank so much as usual that
no bean chili. That's the trick. No bean chili.
good times. The shit was fire, he says. Cheese, Tommy chimes in with. Tommy, we'll bring some to Haul and Crawl. As long as it's stock and I can get it before. We got, 2.5, 3 weeks, so I should be able to get it.
So smoked white cheddar. Super
I want to buy 10 pounds.
Yeah. Just a fuck ton of it.
How much do you think 10 pounds is?
Fuck, I gotta remember what. Yeah, I got it. I don't remember.
Remember you said it wasn't crazy expensive, but like
no.
I'll spend $300 on cheese to last me for the next 6 months.
We'll set up a vendor's booth at Hall and Crawl with cheese, and just have it give everybody
we'll make a fortune. 50 cents a slice, 2 for $1.
It's good stuff.
It's amazing, dude. Best cheese ever. Put me down for a few pounds, Dave says. There you go. You gotta fucking screenshot it so everyone can see the fucking cheese.
I'm looking for it right now.
I love cheese, and this is quite possibly the best cheese I've ever had in my life.
Beecher's flagship.
Flagship, that's right. It's the top shelf.
Yeah, it's not that battleship cheese.
White
it's not a destroyer or a battleship. It's the fucking flagship. It's the aircraft carrier of cheeses. If I was to start a cheese company, that's what I'd name my best shit. Nuclear aircraft carrier.
Smoked.
And certain people would get it and be like, damn, this has to be badass. Other people would be like, what? Most people would be like, what the fuck? If you know, you know, bitches. That's the popular thing now, right?
A boat of cheese.
I do really want to drive out next time, though, so I can bring the construction equipment and the mining truck to ride in and shit. And Dylan. I wanted Luke to bring Isabella back out so bad when I was super balls because they put her away to crate trainer and shit. I'm like, can I just please hold the puppy? It's like a 4-month-old boxer puppy. Fucking adorable little girl. I was like, can I just hold her for like a half an hour? They're like, we don't trust that you'll let her get away. I'm like, I will hold her. Like, that puppy's not getting away. I'm just going to pet it and be in a good mood. Like, awesome.
There it is.
Yes.
It's on Amazon.
Uh-oh.
Okay, is it anywhere else? I'd rather buy it direct from the manufacturer. Fuck it. Bezos getting his cut. He's already launched enough in my space.
Yeah, it's the smoked flagship. It is expensive. Ooh, fuck.
How much is it a pound?
On Amazon, you get 4 7-ounce packs at $72.
Holy fuck!
That's one expensive chili dog.
10 pounds is gonna set me back like a couple G's. God damn. Okay, maybe I'll just buy a pound. All
Whole
right.
Foods carries it. What's your zip code, Nick?
32807. He's already looking it up. This is how much it will cost
Gotcha.
for a pound.
Let's see. So there's a couple places near you got it. Sprouts Farmers Market carries it.
Never heard of it, but I have Google.
Says it's in Orlando. Sprouts Farmers Market carries it.
And that's the only place?
Yeah, around you. Yeah.
At least someone around me carries it. God bless
High-end
them.
grocery
We have
store.
fucking everything.
We got Sprouts around here. They're kind of uppity.
Yeah,
Guess it's gonna be a
the Beecher's
24.
smoked flagship is what you're eating. So
It was fucking delicious. And I love that now this is degraded into a conversation about cheese.
smoked
Pro
flagship.
line. This was pro.
Mhm.
It was half about cheese, half about RC cars, and another half
Well,
about.
I'd say actually like 5% of it's about RC cars. At least for me.
Right.
I did about 30% RC this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to work.
I did a little bit more.
I was just there for a good time. Proline is like one of my releases, right?
I sent you a clip of the video earlier. What I've got so far.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Proline, fire, fire, fire.
You got quite a bit of footage too, right?
Oh yeah, I got way more than I thought I did.
And you're good at editing, so that should be an excellent video. How long is it?
I'm only 12 minutes in so far, and I've barely scratched the surface. So
it's gonna be like 20, 30 minutes at least.
yeah, probably 20, 25 once I trim it down.
Perfect.
So yeah, RC every day soon. We'll have a video of Proline.
This will probably be Monday or Tuesday. I don't know yet because I'm out of videos. I make enough videos to go on these trips, and then I catch up with them. So I got one left in the buffer before this one has to come out.
Oh yeah, if you don't know, Josh is a professional. He has shit like a week to 2 weeks out.
Sometimes a month,
especially before an event.
I had a month before I left for this, but I blew through it because I was doing 3 a week instead of 2 a week. Just to.
No.
Is the cheese in the video? I don't think we got any video of the cheese.
No.
No.
When we were eating the cheese, we weren't videoing.
It was a private moment.
Yeah, we were enjoying the cheese.
It was a private moment until we told everybody about it.
Only Dave got to experience the cheese with us.
And he didn't want the chili dog. Remember, we gave him the cheese, and he's like, "Oh my god, can I have another?" Yep.
Yeah. Once
and
he had
then
some cheese,
we're like,
he was like, okay.
"How many chili dogs?" And he's like, "I'm good." And we're like, "But we're putting the cheese in it." He's like, "I'll take one."
Yeah, he was like, "Can I change my mind?"
And then I asked Chris, I'm like, "They're regular hot dogs, right?" He's like, "Yeah, regular hot dogs." They were giant motherfuckers that hung out.
They're the Costco dogs, the good shit. It's the cheapest dogs I'll buy. Dave, first rule at Cheese Club.
If someone got video of us eating those, oh, they could do some dirty shit with those.
Oh, there was some orgasmic sounds coming out of our camp while we were eating that cheese.
Oh my god, the fucking cheese! When one of us would get to a high cheese spot, oh, there's all the cheese. Yes,
nice and melty.
It's amazing.
Oh,
fucking cheese, man! It's amazing how delicious mold is.
Oh.
I don't think the same effect happens if I eat black mold, though.
No, that's cancer.
I said next time I'd have to bring my smoker and do some smoked ribs for you guys and do it proper.
Oh, and I'm gonna bring my personal favorite block of cheese before that one, and then we're gonna smoke it and see
Smoke
which
the cheese
wins.
too.
I'm gonna show up and eat.
Proline is always about cheese.
I'm just gonna show up and I'm gonna eat all the food.
Yeah, I'm just showing up for the fucking cheese. Fuck the event.
Oh,
I like to feed my friends. What can I say?
Cheese and conversation.
Yes, and Josh, a big thank you to Chris. Chris drove that camper down all the way from Oregon, fed us, brought water and soda and all kinds of shit. Like, fucking thank you, dude.
Some really good weed.
So easy.
But Nick made it sound like you just live an hour away from the events. I'm like, okay, cool. And I get there, like, no, I got Oregon plates. Like, oh.
First rule of Cheese Club, Dave says. Well, we kind of broke it already. Whoops.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Top shelf private cheese. It is top shelf private cheese.
You're gonna have people coming up to the booth next year looking for cheese.
Fuck that. We're gonna have to make them do stupid shit.
I'm gonna have to up my game, man. I'll have to bring some really good shit
Yeah.
next year.
Like, all right, can you do a backflip?
Oh, there's
No.
there's some
It's like
shit.
you-
So I went to Italy in this last summer. There's some shit I've been trying to get a hold of that I had in Italy that would have blown the shit you guys had out of the water.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh no.
Like that
They
cheese almost made
goosebumps when I ate it.
That was
The
ridiculous.
shit I had when I was in Italy gave me goosebumps when I ate it. It was
Oh, so you actually did
Yeah.
come.
Probably.
Jeez, whoops, my pants are wet.
Probably. No, it was like
Yeah.
Spend $300 with RC every day. You get a free piece of cheese.
dude, this shit was
Hey, at least
unreal.
it's like a 50-cent piece of cheese, you know?
Hey,
It's not some fucking
That, obviously.
corner of a Kraft American single, not even
Oh, yeah,
real
fuck
cheese
that noise.
garbage.
Blah.
Here, eat some plastic.
Nah.
I'll have
And
to
you know
up my
what's
cheese.
sad about that? Like, I was watching The Food That Built America, laying in bed Monday night after I finally woke up. And it was on when they made the Kraft singles. And I remember when we were kids, like little kids, it was still real cheese.
Oh yeah,
It was
like a slice of
questionable
cheese.
real cheese, like 80-90% real cheese. Now it's
Yeah.
not even half, which is why they can't even call it cheese. 'cause
It's like
not
colored
half
oil.
cheese.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why they call it American
Colored-
cheese. It's not. It's just like genuine leather. It's not anything.
Because we ruin
close to
everything.
Leather. American
That's
cheese
true.
is not cheese. Genuine leather is not leather.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta open the door for a minute. Sounds like it's getting a little rowdy. Let's see if it sucks all the fucking air out of the room. I love when it does.
We just watch everything in the next room. Oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh
would be the
shit.
highest rated show on all of the internet.
Fucking-
Watch Florida man get sucked out of his home live on.
Dude, it's so weak here. I kept
Fucking
hoping,
alligator
like,
just blows into the room.
let's save the big, like, what? This is Florida, right? Here's the Big Bend where they're getting fucked. It did veer a little east, like here instead of here, to where it's not gonna destroy cities. But I'm like, just keep veering east and send that eye right over fucking Orlando. I'm down. I love fucking hurricanes. As long as it's not a Cat 5, dude. They're so fun. Cat 4 is actually the most fun because you're kind of like, ugh, maybe I should have left and prepped better because this is pretty fucking crazy. But fuck it, it's a hurricane and I'm Florida man, so I have a buzz. I don't care. Like that's why I'm drinking tonight, right? It's mandatory to drink during a hurricane. And Josh is a weather guy too. A lot of guys probably don't know this, but this motherfucker used to chase tornadoes.
Oh yeah, dude. The eye. Is
And you know what I'm talking about when the pressure just drops and everything gets
Oh, yeah,
sucked
you
from you. And then all of a sudden it
dude.
shifts and you get blasted and you're like, yes.
Yeah, the eye is just about to make landfall right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're within 15.
Oh,
20
and it
minutes.
did end up like down
It's
in the
right
lower
in-
part of the bend, huh?
It is right. It's
It kept
Tallahassee.
going east.
Athena,
Yeah.
Perry, Madison. It's all right there in that nook and cranny. So
I
yeah,
feel like
you're not hitting the typical east side rain wrap because it's coming from the Gulf. You're not getting hardly any bands through Orlando.
no, it's just real random and hard.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
she
just like
said.
they're little skinny bands. Like the people north are getting the grunt of it. Where Rob's
Yeah.
place is, where he was talking about earlier on Facebook, Rob and Amanda, their places.
North and the west side of it. The west side.
Oh
is pretty-
fuck, that's right. If it went more east, that's gonna fuck them up more.
Yeah, they're even getting.
But I
even-
don't, and they're in the 20-foot storm surge area, I think.
Yeah, well,
Like, this is the rule, okay? When you live in Florida, you're all about hurricanes. You don't give a fuck if you've been here. You're used to it. We still feel bad. Like, I feel terrible for the people on the coast that are getting fucked up. But that's why I don't live on the coast. I like to have the wild ride safely. On the coast, man, water is a bitch. I've dealt with enough flooding in my life without hurricanes causing it, just rainstorms and shit. It ruins everything. You got to fucking re-drywall half your fucking house. Fucking sucks. So I know he had all his shit up. They're pros, man. Like they have all the cinder blocks. The pool table goes up to the ceiling.
Yeah. They were just
all the
worried
shit
it wasn't
comes out of the
tall enough
cabinets.
this time. because they're talking 20-foot surge this time. Last time they got about fine. So yeah, it's
20 foot's a lot.
Dude, hit it, kept going more north, and hit real cities. People's houses would have either been gone or completely worthless. Like you got to rebuild you got to gut it and rebuild the whole goddamn thing. 20-foot storm surge, that's my fucking roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't even go into the attic. We don't have
20 feet will wipe our house off its foundation. Like,
yeah. If it's a storm surge flowing in, yeah, you're gone.
It's just like not even going to be there. Just going to just wipe it away.
But we do have, different from a lot of places, we have like the hurricane tie down building shit, where it's very well hooked to the foundation shit, more so than most other places in the country. But
yeah, we have stuff
that depends on when your house was built too.
Yeah.
What's that, Josh?
That we have tornado specs we have to meet too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a tornado is almost impossible to win against. Like, you can win against a Cat 4, Cat 5 hurricane. If you get direct struck by an EF4 or 5, it doesn't matter how well that motherfucker's built. It's at least half gone.
Yeah, but you have a safe.
You know, a tornado is the finger of God.
That's the thing. You got 10 of them motherfuckers. He's
back to
buddy in
Twister.
Oklahoma up.
Well, we have a lot of that to worry about because we're on the east side of it, and the east side always has lots of tornadoes, but they're EF1s and 2s.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it will still fuck shit up, but it's not gonna wipe out a mile wide. But and they're quick too. They'll just fucking drop for like a quarter mile and destroy shit and get up. And then one will set down here. I can hear it whistling. I love it. Yes.
I'm in the high desert. You know, I have to worry about anything but volcanoes. They're all sleeping.
One day.
Yeah, because even when eventually Oregon and Washington coast gets destroyed by a giant tsunami, you're far enough in, you're fine.
I'm on the other side of the mountain.
Exactly. This is why I picked certain places to live.
The only thing I got to worry about is the ring of fire getting angry because we live on the ring of fire. Those volcanoes wake up, I'm fucked.
Dave, I put that craft shit in my diff. Makes it a locker. Prairie and Steinhatchee are screw. I don't even know where those places are, but I'm not a North Panhandle guy. My buddy has a tree service in Tallahassee. He's camped out with his tractor, crane, and operator ready to roll out. Good man. And that's what I love about Florida too, right? Like if someone needs me tomorrow that I know up there, I'll fucking close the shop. Yeah. Drop Canes out of school and go help them. I fled the FEMA rescue team. Oh, you fed the FEMA rescue team today at work.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, you fucking damn. What's the thing? Not fled, but
fled to FEMA camps.
When you run away from the military.
AWOL?
Desertion.
Desert.
AWOL.
It's a huge deserter, but now he fed him. That's our buddy Ant Patron. You know him, I think, Josh.
I know.
Yeah. He works for FPL now, or is contracted with him or something, and he's right up there, camped out in trucks. And that's the thing, dude. Like, those linemen are ballsy. They get there before the hurricane hits, camp out there, so that as soon as it's past and they can work, they can start fucking going.
That's what was crazy about that one that came through Houston a couple months ago. Like, people down there feeding them fentanyl and shooting at them and stuff. Like
fucking, oh my God, it's Wix was making fun of it. I think I shared it today.
Like, do you
He's
not
like, yeah, in Florida, we don't fuck with the linemen. Like, they're there to help you.
That's Houston. Wasn't all of Texas. That's just Houston. Houston does their thing. They're different. But it was just like we had a power outage here when I was out of town at an event a couple months ago. And like these little small town electric company, they were on it. They had this stuff back up. Yeah. No, I seen one. I shook his hand. I was like, man, that's thank you for not being a piece of shit. We're not gonna poison you.
What? We're not gonna overdose you on garbage Mexican cartels.
No, it's like, we appreciate you out here. Like, don't go work.
Thanks for bringing our power and water and internet and phones back.
Y'all stay out here and work on our shit. Don't go up there.
Here's a sandwich and like a fifth for when you're done. You know, eat the sandwich now, drink the fifth in 2 days. Because they get shit done quick too, those fucking guys. guys. They work like
And they're on that fucking
15,
plane in
24
high
hour
voltage
shifts.
water, man. Like
Yeah, no
those guys
shit.
are ballsy.
But
Crazy.
you do get paid very well for doing that too. So if you got balls and you like money, that's a wonderful job.
Yeah. You're not afraid of a bunch of electricity.
And you get the satisfaction of fucking
balls.
introducing tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people back to AC and their fridge working and shit. I got my jack recharged. I can't find my fucking generator. It's buried somewhere, or I haven't used it in 2 or 3 years. So it's either buried somewhere in the shop I can't see, someone stole it from the shop, like an employee, or I lent it to someone and forgot, and they still have it.
I thought you just cleaned the shop up pretty good, though.
Not the back room area. Like, it's cleaned up better than it was, but I dug around a bit, but I didn't feel like digging around for 38 minutes, you know? So, but I got my Jackery, thanks to RC Every Day selling that to me in a camping video like 5 years ago. I checked it when I got home. It's 99% charged. It should run a couple box fans, a TV, in the fridge for like a day.
When I got back home the other day, I had a new portable fridge and a battery pack to go with it to do a video on.
And an extra battery pack?
And an extra battery pack to power the fridge.
God
so when
damn, baller, they're just sending you like $1,500 and shit?
No, it's only like $900. But it's like, it's good stuff. Like, yeah, the fridge, I think, is only like, that maybe actually, I don't know which fridge I got. It may be like the $250 one. We're going to try it out.
That's what I bought for Bronco. It's like the $200 version that you plug into a cigarette lighter. I'm like, good enough. It's fancy cooler.
Well, they all work off, like both of mine work off 12-volt or 110. So they're, you know,
yeah,
they got a built-in inverter and all that.
Well, like you buy the ARB top shelf, it's like $2,000.
Yeah, but the one I've had for the last 2 years is kind of a clone of the ARB, but it's actually got like a German-made compressor. And that thing is, I had it with me.
China.
No, clone.
Not from Oz.
But it was still a $600 fridge, and that thing has been phenomenal. I've taken it everywhere in the last 2 years. Like, it's been fantastic. So this place hit me up, and I was like, I was about to go across the country. I was like, yeah, send me one. They're like, we can't get it there in time. I'm like, well, I got another event, so I'll try it.
I got one in October, bitches.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 cars. I need 2 fridges, obviously.
Yeah, that's what you said in the group chat.
It's handy.
Well, I guess I'm getting another fucking fridge things for the car. But now I got one for the bourbon and grandpa.
When it's 105 degrees in Texas summer, and I take my mom to buy groceries, all that stuff in the fridge, and it stays cool while the truck's running. It's like, it's perfect. Yeah. When I drive across the country, I can bring 3 cases of water and not have to drink any toxic stuff from anywhere I go.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I did.
You just Bogart it all to yourself?
I did.
That bastard. He had a whole fucking fridge stocked with shit and didn't even tell us. What?
Just water. Just water.
I have fresh cold water in the fridge.
I gave some people some water somewhere. I remember.
You gave me one.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a big fancy one from Luke and his girlfriend when I was on another plane. That was great. I'm like, they're like, do you need anything? I'm like, how about just some fucking water, man? I got cotton mouth like a bitch. And they're like, that's it? You don't need like an adrenaline shot to the heart? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Oxygen in the can, you just puff it like in Vegas.
I'm surprised you weren't on an IV sitting in that thing.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Vegas, so coming down from Death Valley on a Thursday morning, Wednesday morning, I don't even know what day it is. There's a little town called Mountain Springs, so I'm coming down
in that state too.
And I went, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm at sea level now, and all of a sudden I come to this little town, and then all of a sudden I'm dropping at a 7% grade, and off in the morning sunlight, and you can see the smog glowing around. You can see the Vegas skyline.
Yeah,
between like mountains, like 80 miles away. I got an epic shot of that.
That city has gotten that fucking sunset shot you got on Monday or Sunday, whatever.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The one I took when we were out at 5 a.m. on Saturday night with the rocks, the moon rocks. Dude, that looks like a set of Star Trek. You expect William Shatner.
Dude, that was so crazy.
And that was just
I was worried because I had a red shirt on. I had to die. So I just died and came back.
You went and talked to the aliens. They let you come back.
Yeah. I went and talked to God real quick. And I'm like, hey, what's up, Dad?
But yeah, that was epic. And everybody like commented on Facebook was like, "What is this? That looks like I can't tell if they're tiny rocks or big rocks." I'm like, "That's a flipping mountain!" Like,
Yeah,
it's a completely
flipping mountain,
unedited photo, and it just looked
so cool.
It perfectly captured the state of consciousness I was in at that time when I took it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
Looking
I'm
for a
on an
propane tank for the fire.
I'm on an alien
And just to
planet.
clarify, I'm the only one that did drugs. Okay. These guys did not.
Yeah,
They're good boys.
we just did Proline.
We just did
Alcohol.
We just mainlined Proline like a mother.
Proline by the alcohol. I mean, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably could have caught on fire.
Yeah.
Like, if we were ever gonna spontaneously combust, that would have been the time.
There was a couple moments.
Right? This got so much fun. Any of you guys watching this? Hey, what up, Sean? I haven't been paying attention. Hold on.
I can't see the comments from the internet. It's slow.
That's why I read them. AWOL. Yeah, okay. It was actually desertion I was thinking of, but you're right. Houston is South New Orleans. Yes, that's Mark. What up, Sean?
Fair statement.
Dude, it's great. You might not have been on. I opened the door and I got the immediate push in and then suck out. It was awesome. I love the pressure changes of storms. Dylan has been freaking out all fucking day.
This is easy. So tight.
Yeah, he hasn't like
Feels the pressure.
We don't as much as there's way more major storms. Florida doesn't really get blasted by hurricanes anymore. Even now, we're not getting blasted by it. It's going up the side and over. It doesn't cross over us and destroy shit like it used to. And so Dylan, I think, when he was a puppy, was exposed to like a Cat 1 or 2. Fuck, that's garbage. That's nothing. Again, to those of you that are sensitive to this, I'm sorry, but I moved here to be Florida man. I am Florida man. If it's not a Cat 4, I'm not worried. If it's not a Cat 5, I'm not leaving. I moved here for fucking hurricanes. I love them. And like Josh and his tornadoes. But I can tell he's been feeling it, right? Because I can feel, that's one of the things I love about storms is feeling yourself kind of get lighter and breathe easier as pressure goes away. And then, everything is tighter. And I love that shit. And it's just been freaking him out.
That was always the thrill with me with chasing tornadoes. And you can feel the pressure drop.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the environment, just like in the original Twister, when he's like, he can feel the storm coming. Like, there's a real thing.
And not just the days of sniffing dirt are over. They're not. I still like to sniff dirt.
Different kind of dirt.
Yeah, it's dirty dirt. It's Florida. Painted dirt. It's not Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas dirt.
Yeah. I breathed enough California dirt and started voting blue.
Oh my God, the dust boogers. That's something you got to
so bad.
Dust boogers.
When that storm blew up, was it Saturday?
Yeah.
That was
Friday.
Friday was the storm.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
We talked about that, but
the best thing
I was blowing dirt boogers for a couple days.
The best thing I brought was those dude wipes. I think I have them in here.
Yeah.
That was
oh my God. Was he pushing the dude wipes on you as hard as he was on me?
Right. It made life
He's like, dude, you need these dude wipes. And I don't like using that kind of shit because it feels weird on my skin afterwards.
No chemicals.
Fucking obsessed. Yeah.
Natural.
Like my dirt's just beard now. Wait, my beard's just dirt now. Don't worry.
Exactly.
He barely had a beard till after Proline. After Proline, he's like, fuck, I didn't shave.
I thought I was doing us all a favor. I was just trying to share the love with you.
I apprate it, but I'm still gonna fuck with you.
I'll leave them in the cooler with all the water I'm not sharing
Good.
with you.
You fucking God. Friends like these, always.
I just felt great. I was like that about 3 times a day. I'd go in there and wipe all the dust off my face.
You weren't throwing those dude wipes in the black tank, were you?
No.
Okay, good.
Hell no, I know how to
Hey.
use a camper.
Hey, Chris is just starting to think, oh, yeah.
I know how to camp, bro.
Don't remind me of that black tank. God damn, dude.
That was him. You know how many
That
times
wasn't
I
all
Oh,
me.
no.
Everybody's shitting that.
No,
I was
I
just the
won.
one that enjoyed
Won.
sitting there for a half hour on the
I
shit.
You
went-
shitting it the most. You shitting it the most about a long jump.
Oh,
I went
without
to
a doubt.
We were right by the Porta John, so I went there every morning before it got hot and they stank.
Well, good
I
for you.
opened that
You're a
valve
better
and I
man
thought I
than
was
I.
going to kill someone.
If I have
Oh
a
my
camper
God.
shitter, I'm shitting in the camper shitter.
Oh my God. That I opened the valve to that fucking thing and I swear to God, I thought I was going to kill half that campground.
It was the fucking cheese.
Oh
the
my
only
God,
time I used
dude.
it was in the middle of the day when it hit me the first day,
Oof.
and I couldn't go stand in the heat and do that. So I did that in the camper, and I even rinsed the fucking bowl out. So don't
Yep.
even blame that on me.
I do it too.
You did not. You left all kinds of shit in there.
Well, it just didn't rinse hard
Dave,
enough.
Dave just texted me, said Black Tank Jesus.
That sounds like
There you go.
Well, it was I dumped everything. I hit the valves. So you hit the black tank, then you hit the gray tank, flush it out, close all the valves, and then I went in the trailer and I went to check to make sure it dumped. And my black tank still said 2/3 full. I'm like, oh fuck, it
The
jammed.
dude wipes.
No,
I swear to God, I thought Nick clogged my fucking black tank. I'm like, son of a bitch. God damn it.
Trust
So I'm
me,
shaking the
nothing
trailer,
coming
right?
out of me at Proline was gonna clog anything.
So
No
I
matter how
opened the
much
valves
cheese
back
there
up.
was.
I opened the valves back up and I'm shaking my trailer
God.
and I'm flushing more shit. And then I look and finally, I'm thinking the float got stuck, like something got jammed up in the float. In
A
the
dude
tank.
wipe.
And
Wasn't a dude
Nick
wipe, dude.
shit. Fucking Nick turd. And it finally
Nothing
went.
solid came out of me
It was
the whole time.
those
Oh,
dick
it wasn't
bricks
me.
came out.
So finally it went blink and it went empty. So it just, I think the float snuck. So I finally got them all drained. But it's like, I was seriously concerned for all. I'm like, oh,
Well,
fuck.
and I was very concerned with the toilet paper you brought. You brought like fucking Cottonelle fancy toilet paper. I'm like, we can't use this in a camper.
No, it's
It'd
the
be
shit.
paper
It's
thin
made
that
for it.
dissolves.
No, it's made for
Oh,
it.
okay.
It's the shit I have is made for the trailer.
Well, you, sir, touche. Because that was the most quality dissolving camping shit toilet paper ever. I was like, it's actually like house toilet paper.
Yeah, I don't like that thin crappy
Can't
shit.
be right.
No. Yeah, I've got like the good shit you put in the tank to help dissolve. Like that's why it didn't smell horrible. But like, yeah, it was.
Is that a storm
Anyway.
we're talking about the mushrooms? That doesn't even make sense, you drunk Irish fucker.
It was
Talking
We
about
just get
no, you were talking
earthquake,
about
nostalgic
smelling dust.
RC says.
You were talking about
dude
smelling
wipes are
dust.
after the cheese. Dude wipes after the cheese, Dave says. What's up, gents? What's up, scale size?
how many people you got on right now? I can't see.
I got only
7.
7.
Oh.
I gotta show this though, dude. So much fucking thanks to my buddy.
The baby ripper.
This.
Oh, look at the number.
is
Look at the
fucking
number.
huge.
Have you looked at the number yet?
Yeah. Guess what room it is? Room
What?
112.
No, the number on the chassis?
It's 112.
112.
If you've ever listened to Notorious B.I.G. and anything Bad Boy, room
Oh!
112, I got the pedo rip.
You got the Diddy of Rivers.
But look at this. Look at this thing.
Diddy Ripper.
Okay.
Diddy
Let
River?
me preface this. Fucking, I hate micros and minis. Fucking hate it. Had an experience with an RC1810T that I put $800 into like a fucking madman 20 years ago. And it ended up the biggest piece of shit I ever had because they're just twitchy and terrible. Fucking hate minis and micros, okay? I hate working on them. Everything's tiny. I'm old. I don't have 20/20 anymore. I have to wear these things. Dick's like, a week before I get out there, he's like, hey, you ready for a 24 scale? I'm like, no, I fucking hate those things. He's like, well, I got one for you. And I was kind of like, yeah, but I can get one for myself. And that's all he left me with. Then, if you're familiar with this, it's the Muse And look how dope this thing is. It's magnet open, beautiful. Like this is thick ass
Open
solid
cigar
board.
box.
That's like iPhone packaging, not
Open.
Android packaging.
Yeah, no, Android packaging is better.
No, it's not.
Yeah, the packaging's fucking
And
bad.
look at this. Look at this. What a good friend.
Yeah,
Now,
that's so
for
bad.
some of you that don't get this, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
What
That's so
a
fucking
fucking
cool.
friend. Because Dick and I are one of the ones that started the Ripper runs out there. And it's got the bumper and all the other bullshit
Everything's in
here.
there.
Like, look at this.
Dude, it's so fucking cool.
It's amazing.
So
My first Ripper run experience was I ran into you guys at the Scale Town.
Yeah, so you got some good pictures.
No, I didn't take anything. I didn't film it at all. I was just watching it. But it's hilarious that these are worth so much, and y'all are just out there beating the piss out of them. And it was just,
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, we were fucking
Did you
playing
guys see the
bumper
video that,
cars and running each other over. The
I think
best
it was
part
Dan.
was, like, the 18 to 25-year-olds that were watching us were just like, we hate you guys.
Did you see Dan that fucking he like jumped his Ripper from one rock down to the other? Did you see that video?
Yep.
Like perfectly landed that Ripper. I
But
was
that's
like,
what they're
holy
built
shit.
for. And all of us for the own these use them. They're not shelf queens.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it
this
wasn't just
corner's
that-
folded over.
It wasn't just
This
the fact that
corner-
it was a Ripper. It's that he fucking cleared that and didn't fucking destroy it. Like that was the
You can't
crazy part of
destroy
the
a
video.
Ripper, bro. It's impossible.
That's true.
I've tried many times.
can't never.
And we were fucking. I remember Tony and Dan at one point. We parked them all on the bridge, and there was like 4 people freaking out, and they just chose to be dicks. And like, hey, you ever seen 40 grand on this bridge before? And I'm like, I don't think any of ours are worth 10 grand anymore because they're so beat up. But, you know, hey. And we just drove around, following each other, hitting each other, running each other over, parking in spaces, taking pictures, and people were like, "Oh, that's the most."
It's like the RC equivalent of like,
with them,
it's like,
pro line.
it's like the RC equivalent of playing bumper cars with a couple of Lambos.
Yeah, but a Lambo won't take it. Like,
Yeah,
these
that's
didn't get
true.
dented, scratched, nothing. You play bumper cars with a Lambo, they're totaled.
No.
You play bumper cars with these, they laugh and bounce and go, let's do it
Yeah,
again.
let's keep going.
They make a cool sound.
Oh my God, I love the sounds they make when they hit each other, when they roll over.
Thunk, 2 hollow pieces of billet, and it's just kind of like cling, cling. Yeah.
It's amazing. That's what they're for.
There you go. Mark said G-Wagon bumper cars.
But we always had them from the get-go. I asked. Dick wasn't an original owner. His had been passed around 3 or 4 times before he got it. But Dan, Tony, and I, we're all original. Tony's is number 3, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
No shit. Number
that's
3.
a prototype. Tony's been beating on that since before they existed. You know what I mean? Same with.
It's like,
I don't think. Maybe Dan's is because he works at Vanquish, but I think he might have got his a little later, but his might be a prototype. I'm the fucking old man. I was forgetting what number it is. I was like, mine's 76 or 78. I always forget. And some dude's like, you don't know what number Ripper you own? What a dick. I hate you. I'm like, why? It's a fun toy that serves the purpose I bought it for. I didn't pay 10 grand for it. I paid 3 grand to build it, which I thought was insanely ludicrous at the time. Now I'm like, what a deal. Actually, yeah, it's 78, I think. Oh, testing the new Ripper already. Yeah, it's 78. I always get mixed up because I've built this before East Coast Scale Challenge. It doesn't have the hood vents in, doesn't have the numbers on, no spare tire. It's my beater rig because it's reliable.
Unbreakable.
Yeah. It's not Mr. Glass. Like, actually, that is fucking hilarious because this is unbreakable. And a week before, I was driving Mr. Glass when it came to axle shafts. Every 3 feet, axle shaft broken. I don't even care for comic book shit that much, but that's glorious. What up? Wait, I already said what up, scale size. Sorry. I'm starting to get in hurricane mode. I just got an ugly baddie in the box that I'm going to rip apart with the construction vehicles. I hate the mini shit. I don't even know what that means, Sean. Did you just Gen Z me?
Ugly baddie, bro. He's got an ugly baddie.
Put some of that cheese in the Ripper. The Ripper has the
Well, the
cheese,
comments
Dave.
have
You
deteriorated
didn't
severely.
see it drive. This fucking thing actually rips like 30 miles an hour. It's got a 3,500 kV in it. Geared stupid high. The whole time, Tony and Dan were like, you need to gear it lower. And I'm like, it's called a Ripper. It's a rock racer, not a crawler. It goes fast. It does dumb shit. G-Wagon bumper cars. Oh! I bet 10 pounds of cheese might cost the same as 6 pounds of Ripper when I bought it. Not now. The Ripper is worth way more now. I bet even in this shape, I could sell this thing for $7,500.
Or trade it for 8 pounds of cheese.
No, I would never get rid of the Ripper. Ever.
I mean, that cheese was good.
No, Tommy. You think you can hurt a Ripper? These guys have kind of seen me drive it. My Ripper buddies have seen me really abuse it. Last time I was at Proline, this wheel fell off, and I drove it for over an hour or two, dragging in the rear axle. Just fine. People were fucking crying. How dare you do that to me? I was like, it'll be fine. Calm down. It's mine, not yours. That TTC truck was sweet, though. Yeah, I'm going to put some Vanquish F9s under it, I think. Probably these axles. And then I'll get someone to 3D print them square, so it still looks relatively scale. I'll buy you 20 pounds of that cheese for the Ripper. Eat a dick, Dave. I will never, ever sell this, ever.
Supposed to eat the cheese.
That's like getting rid of my Mini Cooper. I don't think
No, he's wanting to trade cheese for Rippers. Never going to happen, bro.
Wait, you said that cheese was so good.
Oh, well, if you buy me 20 pounds of that cheese and send it to me for free and rename it the Cheese Shredder Junior, I'm in. We can stick in the spur here and make little pieces.
Axle cheese, diff cheese.
Oh, he's talking about the ugly Betty in the box.
That's what yeah, the old Betty. Those go
Yeah.
for big money.
Oh,
All right, I have to. Oh, God damn it! You're going to pee first.
I'm about to get off because I'm in excruciating pain. My shoulder rotator cuff is all sorts of fucked up.
Again with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get off too, Nick. It's almost 8 o'clock here, man.
And I need to pee.
Almost 8 o'clock.
Almost 10 o'clock.
I have shit I still have to do.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
as a
clean
family,
the camper
okay?
out.
Oh.
Dying in pain right now with this
All
shit.
right, fine. Fuck you guys. Let's go. Yes, that's what I expected. He could only do one because he's so in pain.
Yeah.
He was like, but what? Saturday was your good day. Friday, you're like, when we were sitting in the chairs, you're like, my fucking shoulder's killing me.
It was better. It was all right until
And
last
then
night.
Saturday, it was all right.
No, back in my own bed, and then I fucked it all up last night.
He slept.
Well, it's 'cause you jerked me off too hard that night, man.
Oh my god! I thought I heard that going on.
Oh god.
He was missing Jeremy.
Well, then he got the pillow and he didn't need me anymore.
Jeremy's the
Fucking Sean's ready to go. He's like, "Have a good one, everyone." Because generally we're like, "Yeah, we got to get off," and then we talk for like another 20 minutes longer.
I gotta get off. All right.
All right. Well, fuck you guys.
Shout out to Dave and
Thanks
Andy,
to everybody watching this. Thank you.
Arizona boys. It's Dave and
Yeah.
Andy. It's great to meet them.
Shout out to you guys.
Good to meet you, man. Appreciate everything.
I hope everything's good with Andy's mom.
Yeah.
I haven't heard yet.
Yeah,
so.
Dave,
It
if
was
you've
a
heard
bummer
from
I had
Andy's
to
mom,
leave. I hope
everything's
everything
all right.
worked out.
Yeah. Get more wishes,
And
Dave. if you
Stacy,
talk to him.
we will. Yep. Great to meet you too, Dave. Mark, hell yeah. Sean, of course.
Mark, Sean, Stacy,
So,
guys.
you know
Have a
what?
good
Fuck
night.
it. If I don't do it now, we won't do it for 10 more minutes. So end stream. Peace.
Peace.
Oh wait, I still have to click in. All right.